Hello and welcome to another episode of What to Pick. This is the video series where I go over a few different starting hands and explain what I would pick and why. And we're starting off with base game plus preludes 1, so no other expansions. And we have a choice between Saturn Systems and Valley Trust. Valley Trust is my favorite corp, so let's pick it for now, but let's see what this hand has to offer. So we've got two really bad preludes, a pretty bad prelude, and a pretty good one. We're definitely going for Great Aquifer. This is on Tharsis. Great Aquifer is amazing on this map. And then probably Morehole Excavation. I like it more than Biofuels. And Society Support is just the worst in the game, so I'm never picking that. The starting hand is kind of lacking, I have to say. We have a few science techs, which can be nice for Valley Trust. We have MATLAB and Designed, but we are lacking building techs. We just have the one on Morehole Excavation, and we have one on Titanium Mine. So MATLAB is not something we want to play early. Designed microorganisms can be okay for some plant production. Can combo nicely with Morehole, so we have plant and heat production, and also it can combo nicely with Great Aquifer, so we can pick up plants and then get plant production down to get a conversion early on. Sabo is probably a pick in every starting hand. Tardigrades is also not that bad. We're not on Elysium or Hellas, where it has extra incentives with Ecologist and Eccentric, but it's still okay. And yeah, Decomposer's pets are okay. Titanium Mine is a good development card. Designed microorganisms, as I said, is okay. And you can pick MATLAB, but even with the discount, I don't know if we have to go the route. But yeah, you probably want to go for science text, so this could be like the way you pick this if you go Valley Trust. Honestly, I would probably not pick up 4 plants and try to go for conversion early, because the starting hand is lacking and I'd rather get 2 cards if I can. We definitely can because we are first player. Maybe we skip on this MATLAB. Valley Trust isn't too rich. So I'd probably go this. I'd probably go this, these D6 cards as Valley Trust with these 2 preludes. But you can definitely also, wait, we're Saturn Systems, we're not Helion. I had Helion in mind. Does Saturn Systems have a route? The same preludes for sure. You have TG, but not much support for it. No other Jovians, and as Saturn Systems, you definitely want to have some Jovians you can play early on, something like Vesta Shipyard or Asteroid Mining or IO. And TG is just speculative. I don't like it if I have just a late game Jovian mold as Saturn Systems, because players are already more disincentivized from passing you Jovians when you're playing Saturn Systems. And then the mold is potentially less great. So I'd probably not pick Saturn Systems in this game. I'd probably go for Valley Trust with these 2. Pick these 6 cards, and as it's always for Valley Trust, we want to see which third prelude we get. Let's first check which cards we drew. Lake Marineris and Gene Repair. So I think Gene Repair, something like Gene Repair is the argument for picking MATLAB. We didn't, and now we are lacking 1 more science tech to get this down. That's a bit of a shame. And Lake Marineris doesn't look too strong with Great Aquifer already played. I checked the cards because I wanted to know, do I want titanium, do I want steel, or do I just want to go for plants? I probably will just go for 2 plants. Get Morehole Excavation down. Because as I said, we want to get designed microorganisms down. Probably get a conversion here if we can. But let's see what the AI does. Okay. AI is picked Vitor. And let's see which preludes we get. Experimental forest, ecology experts, dome farming. That's quite funny. Those are 3 plant tech preludes. I mean, we could do ecology experts into Lake Marineris. Obviously, that's not a great play. We shouldn't do that. It's probably just experimental forest. When I did the review of my prelude tier list, based on what Stranded Knight found out, I learned that dome farming is not as good as I'm giving it credit for. Experimental forest is definitely better, but I knew that it's better before. So we're picking this one. And we can use more cards anyways, so let's put it on... Do we put it on as Krias, or do we just... I probably will just put it here. I value the 4 money and 2 plants definitely higher than the 1 card up here. I mean, we can get 2 cards more. Okay, we get plantation and bushes. Not too bad, not too great. I would probably just play Sabo now, hit his MC, then follow that up with designed microorganisms and titanium mine. Tardigrades and pets can wait until next gen. But yeah, I think this is an okay start. I think experimental forest was a good 3rd prelude to get. Getting this bit of cash back is definitely nice to get the development down that we want. But yeah, that was hand number 1. Every time we pick Valley Trust, it takes a bit longer. But let's get to hand number 2. And this second hand is played on Hellas with Venus next, but no other expansion besides Preludes. So we have Preludes and Venus next. And we have UNMI or Tharsis. Also, Venus solar phase is activated, so game could be a little bit faster than usually with Venus next. We have to keep that in mind. Tharsis usually is better than UNMI, but let's see. Self-sufficient settlement is definitely one of the better preludes for Tharsis, Aquifer turbines, and supply drop I both like quite much. And another thing we learned in the empirical prelude tier list video is that biosphere support is horrendous. We didn't learn it in my video, but I learned it in Stranded Knight's video. So go check that out. I will link it in the description once again. This is one of the worst preludes, basically. But I already knew it was bad. That's why I didn't talk about it in my video. All right, this actually could be a good UNMI hand, believe it or not. In that case, we would definitely go for supply drop in Aquifer turbines. Aquifer turbines gives us the free TR bump in Gen 1 that UNMI loves so much, and supply drop is the extra starting capital that this corp also loves. So 2 pretty good preludes for it. And then we just have quite a few good rush cards, or at least we have cards that give you instant TR bumps with lava flows and convoy. And we have heat prod, a lot of heat prod, which is really useful as UNMI because heat prod is comparatively cheap to develop and gives you constant TR bumps. With Lunar Beam and Mohole Area, we get roughly 8 heat prod per gen, if you count the power prod as heat prod. And we can get this Mohole Area down with our steel, so that's pretty nice. Now we have to decide which other cards we want to pick. Birds is something I like in the starting hand because it's one of the best 1-point animals, and especially on Hellas, where Eccentric is a thing and Cultivator is a thing, this card is impactful on both. I like it, but as UNMI, I feel like you don't have the starting capital to take this. Doesn't help your game plan that much. Insects, however, is definitely something I would speculate on. We want to get plant tax down to get plant production because we want to end the game fast, so insects is great. MATLAB, not something I would take here. We don't have many building tax once again. The corp has none, the preludes has none. We will get Mohole Area down, but that's not that much. So let's skip on that. Asteroid mining, we don't have the money for that either. Olympus Conference, I could imagine, but I think we want to pick a lean hand here. And drop result is just terrible on your starting hand. So I would definitely, if I was inclined to pick UNMI, which I think actually is the better choice here, I would pick these 5 cards and these 2 preludes. I think it's a pretty good UNMI start, honestly. As Tharsis, I would definitely take Self-Sufficient Settlement. I would probably take Aquifer Turbines, but I have to think about that. You can definitely skip the Lunar Beam as Tharsis. You can pick birds instead. Asteroid mining could be a consideration. And as Tharsis, you definitely take Olympus Conference. Probably skip asteroid mining and just take MATLAB instead. Because you have more building tags as Tharsis. You have one on the Corp, and you have these 2. So that would be the 4th already. And it is a science tag which combos with Olympus. So yeah, if you were more comfortable with Tharsis, then I'd pick it this way. Self-Sufficient Settlement just combos nicely with Tharsis. Also gives you a route towards Polar Explorer. Basically, I would put Self-Sufficient up here to block or to claim some real estate around the North Ocean Walk. So Self-Sufficient Settlement goes here. And then your free city goes down here on the card, which is my favorite city spot in the south, such that you can contest Polar Explorer a bit. Aquifer Turbines, probably also on the card. And then you can get more whole area down, probably on the 3 heat. Convoy and lava flows, just keep that in your back pocket. You can use lava flows definitely also for Polar Explorer. Definitely shy away from putting both of your cities and lava flows down here to rush Polar Explorer. It's highly unlikely that your opponent will contest you that fast if you get 2 tiles down in the south. So the 3rd one, the other city, can go up north for sure. And yeah, I'd just pick it this way with Tharsis. But I think this works, but I think UNMI would be better here. Or at least more fun, in my opinion, because it's not every day that you get a decent UNMI start. But yeah, that was hand number 2. Let's get to the final one. All right, hand number 3. And this time we're playing with colonies without Venus Next and with all other expansions that are on Steam, so Prelude and all of the promo packs. And we actually get a corp that I think I haven't played on stream yet, Aridor. It's pretty good. Probably not as good as Point Luna, but let's check out the starting hand first. Aridor basically gets a 1 MC prot each time you get a new type of tag in play. I don't know how many tags there are, like 12 or so you can get a maximum of that amount of money MC prot. And also, as your first action, you can put an additional colony tile in play. So if you want to suffer, you can always assure that there's Pluto in play. But no, you can basically adapt this to your starting hand. If you have more of a rush hand, you can put Ganymede or Io in play. If you need some card draw, you can put Pluto in play. If you have a good floater, you can put Titan in play, and so on. But sometimes your starting hand doesn't tell you that much, and then this starting bonus is just some guesswork. But the other effect here that grants you MC prot is pretty strong, and with the right preludes, this can make you rich. Do we have the right preludes? We can definitely get rich. I mean, theoretically, early settlement is nice because it grants you 2 more MC prot immediately. Aridor starts with no tax, so you could pick early settlement and business empire, and that would get you to 8 MC prot, 9 MC prot even, because this gives you 6 plus 1, 7. This gives you another 2, so you're at 9. I would still not pick early settlement though. I'd probably pick Metals Company and Business Empire. just because these are so great development-wise. And you probably want to go for an engine with Aridor. So what else do we get? All right. This is a pretty strong engine starting hand. We are probably going for Aridor. So Trading Colony is an instack pick in every starting hand. It's one of the best cards in the game. It's a colony tile that is not that much more expensive than an SP, and the SP colony is already alright, but it also gives you the ability to always increase the colony tile track one step. This is an insane ability. By the way, what are the colonies? There's Pluto in play, and Callisto, and Triton, and Titan. What we definitely want to put in play with this starting hand is probably Luna, just to get more engine potential in play, because this is an engine starting hand. We want to have Trading Colony, we want heavy taxation. Is that so good that we want UNMI Contractor? Probably. 2 Earth Tax, so we can immediately play heavy taxation, which is one of the best development cards if you can get it down early on. We are definitely going for the Jovians here, which also means Titan air scrapping is better than usual, especially in combination with Titan. And we are definitely picking geothermal power, and definitely nothing else. Zeppelins is trash in the starting hand. Magnetic Field Dome is trash in the starting hand. Mining Expedition we can skip because we have a lot of stuff we want to get down as soon as possible. And Land Claim is also too expensive to buy here. Honestly, with these preludes, probably it's Point Luna, let's be honest. It's 2 Earth Tech preludes. I fooled around long enough. Yes, we will get a few different techs in play here. We will get an Earth tech in play. We will get a power and a building tech, a Jovian and a space tech in play relatively early on. But we have 2 Earth tech preludes and we have heavy taxation. So that's 3 free card draw. That's pretty insane. The other corp would give us 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MC prot in addition to what we already get from Business Empire, which is great, don't get me wrong. But this is a one-off bonus with Aridor, right? So we will get this MC prot from these tags once, and then it's done. I mean, there's a few other tags remaining, obviously, but there's not much to do with the corp ability afterwards. With Point Luna, we can draw into more Earth tags and more Earth tags and more Earth tags, especially with Pluto in play. So this ability is just stronger. Card draw is stronger than MC prot for sure, and we already have a good economy once we get Business Empire and UNMI Contractor down. So I think Point Luna is, and heavy taxation, holy crap. So Point Luna, in my opinion, is just better here. And we have a clear route towards, wait, we're not playing on Elysium, we're playing on Tharsis. That probably means we have no clear route towards any milestone other than Planner, I believe. Yeah, probably we're going for Planner. 2 free cards with the preludes, another free card with heavy taxation, Pluto in play. You should, and engine setup in general. You should definitely go for Planner here. Go for the Jovian strat. This starting hand costs 24, right? 6 and 18, 24. So you have 14 left. You will get heavy taxation down for 3. Get 4 back. You have 15 left. Sadly, can't do much afterwards. You will probably want to do geothermal power and trading colony in Gen 2. Get that trading colony down in Callisto to get power prod, maybe. Or you just get it down on Pluto, hope for more power prod or SP1 power. Your economy will be great. You could also skip on playing Trading Colony Gen 2 and Geothermal Power and just try to get IO mining industries down. But Gen 1 is just heavy taxation and that's it. Except if you draw something insane. Let's actually lock that in here, right? Point Luna, UNMI Contractor, Business Empire, and these 6 cards. Let's lock that in and see what we draw. Because that could change the route we go a bit. If we draw into like Earthcat or AI, obviously those cards would be center stage and priority number 1 to get down. We have quite some card draw here with this starting hand. AI doing AI things, completely nonsensical market manipulation. Don't tell me they're trading on money now. Holy crap, this animation took ages. Okay, we got Atmo collectors. That's nice. That allows us to trade. We got flooding. We got also flooding and black polar dust aren't that great. Space elevator is okay, but we don't have steel prod yet. Plan doesn't change. We will still just get heavy taxation down. And we drew into another dot. Solar reflectors isn't great, but maybe we will be collecting a lot of titanium with IO mining industries and Triton, and then we could even get this down for some heat prod. Okay, now Atmo collectors is even playable, so you could think about playing that to trade with Pluto immediately, but I'd much rather skip that. Yeah, I'd much rather skip that, just pass now, and save our cash so we can play IO mining industries in Gen 2. I think that's probably the best play you got here. But yeah, those were all 3 hands I wanted to go over today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Definitely let me know in the comments what you would have decided differently with these starting hands. And I hope I see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and goodbye.